Right now, guys, there's nothing but shorts in play. Just trying to make sure everything's working correctly. Sounds like it. Give me a minute. Trying to mess in with the settings here. All right. So we did have 3-star news this morning. I want to say the 3-star news has already happened, but we'll double check real quick. We had CPI or PI something this morning. I'm not sure if it got delayed or released. I know the government opened back up last night, so hopefully they'll start releasing these numbers again. That way, if you like trading that type of volatility. No, kind of looks like they delayed it, honestly. So they might have pushed it until tomorrow. So they did not release those core CPI numbers. So the only 3-star news we have is going to be later today, which is your 30-year bond auction. And that's not till 1 o'clock. So it'd be, what, 1 p.m.? What's up, Trader G? So it looks like unless we can get back above 550, it's going to be shorts. So I'm going to stay short bias as long as we stay below 550 this morning. Oh, that's all good, man. We all got busy lives and stuff going on, so. Oh, you're on holiday? How long of a holiday do you get? Is that something you get for a couple months? I know in Europe or the Europeans, they do holiday different because I've watched videos and stuff like where I think it was based on a debt video one time because this young lady was going to the bank or somewhere to take out a loan to go on holiday where she would take a loan to go travel. It was just one of those. I didn't know people did that type stuff, but people take out loans for all kind of stuff. But I didn't know people took out loans to like go on vacation and stuff. Get 25 days plus bank holiday. Nice. Let's see. Let's see where that is. Okay, so that's the Indian Ocean, or it's at the Indian Ocean. Is that kind of like a vacation spot, like beaches? Okay, tropical place. Okay. Oh yeah, that looks nice. See, I've never heard of that place, so I was like, well, what that is. So nice. Wow, that is a remote little island, man. That's out there. Yeah, no kidding. It definitely looks like it's out in the middle of the ocean. That's pretty wild. We're gonna be patient this morning because we've already broke our sell area, so we pretty much going to have to wait and see what happens. But as right now, we're going to be short bias. I hope we get another pull back up to the whole number, then sell back down. It's a tax heaven. I wouldn't mind this being like a little manipulation for the explosion back to the upside. That's kind of what I'm hoping for this morning. A lot of times that's what you get if we had that little sell off of 100 points right here opening. I hope it explodes back to the upside. We just filled in that Sunday night gap. Good morning, Z. Good morning, Brian. Are you we're trading the NASDAQ if you're just joining us. Good morning, D. We still got about 8 minutes before the market's open, so there's not really a lot to do here. I was pretty tempted to take that short before the opening, but I did not want to get trapped in a short before the market opened, so I decided to stay out of it. Yeah, I saw that we just filled in that gap. We've been trying to get back to that gap all week. So my long bias is back above the 50 range here. If we can print back above 550, we'll take longs. But below that 50, we'll stay short. I'm hoping it's just another little bear flag right here for the... You know, if we're going to continue lower, let this be your little 5-minute three salute bear flag. And that next print or so, it'll just sell off when we open. I hope it doesn't sell off so fast like it did yesterday where it was so hard to jump in. So this is what made yesterday so tough. Like, I was actually short bias yesterday, but you can see this candle right here, man. It was just a complete boner candle straight down 200 points. Was it here? No, that's at opening. I think it was here. This candle right here. I'm sorry. So it was this candle here. And it's so hard to jump in these candles when we're just moving straight down like that. Because you know, if you get FOMO and jump into that thing, that it'll just slingshot back on you. And then you're trapped in that thing. And it did not respect the whole numbers at all yesterday. Like literally it went through... This was the same type trade I got stuck in last Friday, and it ruined my day. Or Monday. Or was it Monday? It was one day that I just got wrecked. Yeah, I can bring up kind of what, let's see here. Let me get to, I recently started trading a European prop firm trader. It's Padeus. I don't know if you've used those guys or not. They had like $8 accounts the other day, and it was just hard not to buy them. All right, so this is the day I got wrecked right there and lost a funded account, guys. So we got wrecked on that day. And I was copy trading, so it made it even worse. I lost 2 evals with it at the same time. Oof. So, but the very next day, we got the funded account back. We lost, but still, it sucks paying for another funded. So, yeah, let me grab it real quick. I just signed up for them. I know they're out of the European somewhere. I just don't know where. There, I can get them real quick. I'm trading one of their 25 account. It's a static account, so you really can't trade more than a couple micros because it's only a $500 drawdown. But it's a static, so if you build up an account, the drawdown gets bigger. So I made $400 in there yesterday. So right now my drawdown's at $900. Now I know their $8 deal ended, and their funded fees aren't that bad either. They're only like $80. So that's pretty cheap for a funded account. And they got the old APEC rules, so you can get to $1,600 and withdraw like $1,000. Good morning, believer. How'd you fare yesterday? As right now, guys, we're definitely looking like we're creating a big old bear flag for a sell-off here at opening. Unless this thing just goes straight up. Like I said, I'm long biased back above 550 today. Yeah, it has the old Apex rules. Yeah, I'm hoping to get one passed by next week. I mean, really, for $8, I should have just full port going long and short for $8, but I only bought one because I wanted to test them out. They got a lot of different stuff. I got the static account, but the only thing that is difficult for me to do is trade on Quantower because they don't offer Ninja. So that's the only knock for me because I'm just not a big fan of trading on Quantower. But I did it all day yesterday. I do like Quantower charts. I don't know if anybody's ever seen Quantower charts. They got really clean charts. Like if you get rid of all those grid lines in the back and make a nice black screen with your candles, because this is how I traded it yesterday. Man, this thing's going to have the freaking bear flag breakout before we open. They're going to make it tough to find an entry here first thing in the morning. It's going to probably be one of those deals we're going to have to freaking wait till. You're going to have to wait till after 10 o'clock or something. Dude, you in the Asia market, man, believer. I'm just going to have to come over and trade. You're going to have to just come over and just go live, and you have to tell me what you're doing in the Asia market. Because, man, it seems like you're always killing it in the London market. Or Asia and London market. All right, guys, less than 40 seconds for the market to open here. Doesn't really feel like we're going to be able to do anything from the get-go. Like I said, I don't know. We'll see what happens. If the market moves at a normal pace, it'll make it easier to join in. But if it's just slingshotting up and down, it makes it tough. Let's see the manipulation. Let's fake everybody out, push down to the 400s, and go straight back up. That's what I want to see. I want to see the fake outs. That might have been the fake out. Come on, bulls. There we go. All right, a lot of hesitation right here. I'm so scared to jump in that we might get trapped, which we got the bottom of this 15-minute range sitting here at 39.40. So maybe if we can get below that level, what's that? 35? That's the opening 15-minute candle. You're on a sell. For shorts, I like it to be back below that 40 level just because that's the 15-minute range there for that opening. Ooh, that thing's trying to trap some people. Right now, you kind of got the bulls and bears battling it out. So, not really a lot to do here. Like I said, I don't really like the shorts unless we're back below the 40 level. And I really like to see the past it and retest. That would be the safer bet instead of playing the breakout here. Yeah, that, like I said, the bottom of that original 15 minutes is right here at the 40s and 37s. $35 is where that level's at. Yeah. Then where's the top part? Let's look for the top part. Right there at 510. And that's your opening 15-minute range. All right, so right now it's just a very, very slow opening this morning. So there's just really not a lot to do. Ah. How much time we got left on this candle? So maybe a print below this 15-minute range. You can take a small and use that bottom of that 15 minutes as your stop loss. But it kind of need to print below that level. Is that just going to be the pullback there? Back above 35, we'll close this trade because that's my kind of line in the sand. I thought I got a better entry than what I got, honestly. So if it pulls back, I'll just close this trade and probably re-enter if it comes back up there. Did I take it off, man? I don't know. Like I said, I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to close that. God darn it. Like I said, I struggle with quant hour, guys. So, like I said, I'm just not that used to it. Nice if you're still holding in that short. I was trying to get an order down to that 50 range. I even feel like I didn't get the best fill I wanted because I wanted to be filled up there in the 20s and less than a 10-point stop loss off that 35 level with that 15-minute range breakout there. So nice if you were able to stay in it. If I was on my ninja charts, we would have been in that all day. But quad tower, struggle bus. We still got a nice little profit on that. We still made 130, so can't complain. Dang it. Oh, that's so annoying, guys. So annoyed. Damn it. Man, I love that first 15 minutes. We had it marked it out. So a lot of times I wait for the retest, and we still could get a retest. There's that possibility. If this thing trades back up into the 400s and stalls, I will short again. And it could just keep selling off. Then there's nothing I can do but sit here and watch. Man. Same. Man, 60, 70-point move off that bottom of that 15-minute range. And it was perfect, too. It closed right below it. It wicked back up a little bit. Like I said, I was hoping to get short right around the 20s and 30s there. But for some reason, time I hit it, my freaking order was all the way down at the 16. So I'm not really sure what happened there. We're going to continue to try to using Quantower just because that's the only thing I can trade that Padeas on. Hopefully, eventually, they work something out where they can be on either Trade of 8 or Ninja. Man. Man. I wouldn't be surprised you get a 100-point move off the bottom of that 15 minutes. I'd like to see a 50% pullback here. Let's pull the fib and see if we get that 50 pullback. We'll just do this candle here. So the 50 is all the way back at the 400s. So if we can pull back wick between the 80 and, let's see, not 80, the 90 and 400, we may try to re-enter. These are my Fibonacci levels that I have pulled over here on Ninja. So that's my 38 to 50%. And it looks like we only got the 23% pullback here. Now, if this candle closes small like this, or if this thing closes green, like back up here, a little small green candle, I probably will take a short because that was the same type setups we had yesterday. We had this big boner candle down, nice little green candle, small, then straight back down. So right now we're 100 points off the bottom of that 15-minute range at 35 pretty much. So congrats if anybody was able to get more of that move. That's why right there, you got to be careful buying it at the bottom of the candle because, man, those things will just rip your face off. Man, trader, did you take any of this short? Do we get a bounce off the 300 here? All right, we're about to have a new candle print. Eventually, you would think that we get that 50% pullback. 50% is back up at the 30s and 20s. So we'll see what happens there. If we get back above the 20s and 30s, we should move back up. Nice, dude. You're still in short, man. I'm so jealous. I wanted to be in short so bad. Oh, my goodness. Come on. I know. Let's see right here what we get here. Damn. Ooh, it's a long ways back up there. You really gotta, if you pull Fibonacci, between 20 and 30s are line in the sand here. So if that area holds, we're probably going to continue down. Here we go. Let's see what's going to happen right here. This is the line in the sand. If it pops this, we should continue higher. There's the first hit. Are we going to be able to get through it? Oh, it's struggling. Oh, no. Come on. That's that Fibonacci pullback right there. Trying to get a better look at it and see if that holds. It's trying to hold up. I mean, it's in that area. So if it gets back above 30, it's going back up. We got a minute left on this candle. $52. There's your 50% mark. Looks like we got a gap fill in all the way back at 425. I don't know if we get up there, but got a gap fill in. That was 60% of the pullback there. Waiting to see what this next 5-minute candle brings. I don't know if this is going to be a bull flag or if this thing is just going to continue straight back up. You got your 9 EMA on the 5-minute all the way back up there at the 400s. Waiting to see what happens with the bottom of this 5-minute candle here. That was the first hit. There's first target. How much time we got left? 2 minutes on this candle. I think we got enough time to get up there. That 9 EMA is sitting up there at the 400, so I'm thinking we can hit those 400s. I may even follow it up. Oh, we're about 10 points away, 8 points away. So close to locking it in. Nice 40-point trade or 30-point trade here. Just playing wicks is all that was, and where the 9 EMA is sitting. No, we barely missed it. Come on, don't do me a 90 reversal. Damn it, it may reverse 20 points here. You got to be aware of that sometimes with that 90 level. Sometimes that 88 will get hit and it'll miss you. All right, we're going to start moving it up because it could just come back and stop us out. Oh, well. Dang it. What did it get to? 89.75. Not even a point. It missed me. Son of a bee. Oh, come on. That was dirty. No nasty Maz. All right, so we basically, now I only do these type of trades on evals. So basically what it is, this was the 50 and 60% of the eval. You saw us hit the bottom of this wick, pull back, and once we broke that wick, more likely we are probably going all the way up to 400s or 425 here possible. We'll refill in this gap. We got a big old fair value gap here, so we may fill in this gap. Nice, believer, up 315 for the day. We're just up, I think, 2 something or 174 time you take out fees. So 180, 174, and that's what 2 trades. But that's also just trading a few micros too. So we haven't over leveraged, keeping our losses small if we do take a loss. 40, 50 bucks at the most. I mean, I feel like there's more. Like I said, I feel like we could possibly fill in this gap here at 423. So there was a nice trade off the bottom of the 15-minute gap this morning. That's that first 15-minute candle that I talk about a lot. You don't usually get that big of a move. Would it be really nice if this thing comes back and retests that? Then we will definitely look for another short. That's all the way back up there in the 420s, 425 area where that gap fill in. If that gap pulls back and holds, we'll take another short. Up here in this range here. Or we can look at a little bear flag too. Little 3 candle bear flag. For, anybody that likes to trade the bears or flags. I mean, it's definitely a classic flag here. And heck, this was this was a better one. So 3 candle salute. Get short if it breaks 57 on this candle if it closes here. I mean, that's a long ways down. Oh, you just did a gold buy? I've never really traded gold like realistically trade gold. Ooh, that's a big old candle. Oh, I know I didn't keep an eye on my... Ooh. That's that first wick there. I mean... wick the 9 EMA. What are you on, believer? Is that the 5-minute charts? You do the 5-minute charts or you do the hourly chart? I can't remember which one you said you did. On the 5. All right, we're about to have this new 5-minute candle print. Let's see what happens with it. Right now, you do have a good, nice little bear flag here. Didn't quite fill in that gap at 24 like I thought we would. I mean, it just right there at it. This is probably the touch here. There's the bear flag breakout, guys. The 3-man salute, at least 10 points. I don't know if I'll get my runner because I don't have a big enough stop loss. Come on, we got 2 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. Boner. Give me the boner to the downside. Whew. Got the 3-man salute for the 5-minute chart here. I don't know if we're going to get a runner. It looks like it's going to come back. I just can't have a big stop loss because we don't want to risk any of our profits. I'd rather just take my 10 points. And if the runner don't get anything, it don't get anything. We're almost broke $200 for the day. Looks like our runner's going to get stopped. Oh, it's hovering. I mean, it paid almost, what? The short was right there at the bottom of this candle where we had marked, so 56. Okay, so runner got stopped out. It paid about 20 points for a rejection. I'm not saying it could still boner down, but I'm not going to risk any profit to find out. Stop loss needed to actually be way back up here at 418 is where your stop loss needs to be at the high of the previous candle. A lot of times if you get like the 3 5-minute candles, like in a bear flag, it'll run all the way down to the bottom of this, down to the 80s. Did anybody find any trades out of those few? Few entries. Let's pull the fib on this candle here and see if we just get the 50% pullback. I might even do one micro here and see if we can take it down to the lows. Just one micro though if we do it. There's your 50% mark here at the 65. If it breaks back above that, we're going higher. If it breaks that 65 here. So there's the 50%. It's going to probably go higher. It broke that. Wait and see if the 60 is going to hold at the 7. So it hit that 80 and see what happens here. See if it pulls back or it rips. Because if it rips, we're probably going back up to the 20 here. We're only going to risk about 5 points on this. That way if it pops back down. So $50 to $100 at the most that we'll risk here on this short. Because this thing is looking pretty bearish or bullish right now. So if I see it, if I feel like it's going to blast through, I will just close it. Either that or we'll go to break even fairly quick. Coffee's always good, believer. We're going to keep a small, tight range on this. Like I said, $50 max that we can lose here. And if we get back above the 90s and 500s, we're going to probably long. Oh, I need to watch this real quick, just in case it rips my face off here. Above 70, we may close it. Like I said, we're keeping a short, tight stop loss on this. Oh, don't. We might have missed it. Son of a, don't miss it. Come on. I should have went 2 points off that level. Son of a B. We might have missed it. Nope, not quite. I should have done 2 points instead of 1. That sucks if we missed that whole trade. We're already up. That would have. Now it's going to make me nervous if it pushes back up there. It hit 64. I thought we could get 65. I got to be careful here in case it goes through this. I'll give it one more little push here. Son of a bitch. Yeah, son of a bitch. Come on. Yeah, probably going to get stopped. We missed our entry by like a freaking point. Oh, well. Yeah, we missed it. How much did we lose on that? $32, so not too bad. Watch this thing sell off after stopping me out. Damn. Dang it, guys. We missed our short opportunity. I'm going to get really annoyed if this thing sells back like 40 points. Damn it. I was looking for I was looking for like 40 points here. It's probably going to get it. Damn it. Yep, there's the 40 points. If I had stayed in that trade, I just couldn't hold it that long. Dang. We're already down almost what? I was trying to get short at 65, 55, 45, 35. Yeah. Son of a man. You know how annoying this is? God damn it. Instead of like a huge win, took like a $30 loss because I wouldn't. It was either that 66 or that 90 levels that we were looking at. And I thought that 66 would hold first. And it did give me 20 points on the original pullback. But I guess we'll just see if we can get that push back up here. Dude, what a 100-point rip off that 500 level. Wow. I didn't know if that's going to be the bottom for us to pop back up again. Now, I wonder if this is going to be our high or low here. Like, that'll be our low here at 383 for us to move back up. Like, is this going to be our next leg down? Just being patient, waiting here to see if we're going to pop back up or we're going to continue down. Eh. I'm hoping this just turns into a bull flag here. I mean, really, the long is actually back up there above the 500 level. What do we got left on this candle? I'm trying to see what we got left on this candle. Still got a minute and 40 seconds or so left on the candle. Dude, this thing has sold off 100 points from my original entry at 65. Dude, this shit makes no sense. I'm hoping the bulls come back in here. They're They're definitely losing the momentum here. Just being patient. Just kind of being patient and waiting here. I haven't really checked the, let's see what the ES is doing here. All right, we're back at the point of control. Man, this is a pretty big pullback. We're back at the point of control. See, right now we are up 180 on the Padeas account, and we're red $32 on the PA this morning. 32 bucks in the red. I'm hoping we get some kind of move back up here. I'm hoping this is just a big pullback for us to just slingshot to the upside. Man. I don't know if this is going to be, see what happens when we get down to those 280s. It looks like more buyers are sitting down there than sellers. Let's see. Sorry, just give me a minute. I'm trying to mark out a level here. Man, I think it would have to go all the way back up above 85. Yeah, there's just not a lot to do at the moment, guys. We just kind of have to wait. I'm hoping that 300 area holds, maybe a dip into the 90s, then we pop back up here. Then back below 83, I guess we'll go back to short bias. I haven't really looked at the little kill zones today to see where they're at. Oh, here we go. Like, where could we possibly run off to? All right, here's the line in the sand for the Bulls here. If the Bulls lose this area, it's definitely downtown. Like I said, this is definitely the line in the sand for the Bulls here. Hmm. Dude, what a bounce off the 300 here. That was definitely the line in the sand for the Bulls there. The Bulls they got to hold on to this area here. It's just going to be a little Romney candle. Looks like the buyers are in control in this area. Come on, hold. Ah, damn it. I was hoping that area would hold. We were just able to get 10 points. No runner there. Like I said, if bulls lose this 90-80 area, more likely we're more room to the downside. Got equal lows. Oh, at 83. It didn't run those equal lows a while ago, did it? What do we got left on this candle? 2 minutes. This could be our first inside bar candle if it stays. All right. That's about to break that inside bar. One minute left. We'll take this inside bar with 2 micros. If it breaks below this wick, it's no longer a good candle. This thing's 3 for 3 this week, so we'll have to see what happens today. It always seems like Thursday or Friday this thing loses. Once it turns green or red, it's no longer a valid candle. You got 40 seconds left. And it's close. It's close. Whew. And I almost want to wait for the pullback here. I'm just not really sure because we're at lows, so it scares me trying to short this. Nope. Damn it. It went right past it. Oh, man, I thought we were about to get it. But no longer inside bar, guys. It had to stay purple. Ooh. Just lost that. I'm waiting for the next candle to print, see what happens with this next candle. What time is it? Almost 11 o'clock. Almost 11. Like I said, once we lost that one area, the bulls have lost. It's all red. It's all red on the volume chart here. The bulls lost their level. I don't know if we can get some kind of retest, like push back up, then maybe look for a short. If the bulls can at least bring it back up to the 80s to retest that area. We still got quite a bit left on this candle. We still got 3 minutes left. How you doing today, Nestor? So with that last little trade, we're able to at least get our fundeds back in the red. I mean the green. So instead of being 30 bucks in the hole, we got it back up to $43 in the green. Damn, this thing's just, the bottom's falling. Too bad this wasn't the inside bar. If this was the inside, I mean, just, we missed that inside bar by just the smallest little bit. And this just would have been a banger inside bar trade here. Sorry about this. I was looking for 27 here. One minute left on this candle. A lot of times I would take the previous day close, which is right there at 27, but man, that thing looks so bearish right now, and I hated the second push. Let's see if we hit it. No. It paid 10 points, rip. Yeah. Yeah. It already hit the 10 points. I wasn't sure if it would or not. I've really been taking that sooner or later. That was the previous day close, sitting at 27. We'll pull a fib on this. Was waiting for some kind of pullback here. See if we got some kind of pullback. But looks like we are not going to. Like I said, that 27 was the one of the previous day close. Really like to see a pullback all the way up to the 60s to kind of clear out 50% of this move. I don't know how well you guys can see the Fibonacci on this screen. It looks pretty small. I tried to mark out the 50% with the blue line. I mean, it's all buyers right here. There's no sellers on the screen. Like if you're looking at the volume chart, it's just all sellers in this area. Got about 5 minutes until that lunch hour, guys. I mean, 11 o'clock here. So the last couple of days, we've been getting some really big moves during the 11 o'clock hour. I wouldn't mind seeing it pull back all the way up there to the 9 EMA or the 80s here. Yeah, I figured it was going to keep pushing. Like, if you look at your volume chart, there is nothing but all sellers right now. So we're about halfway to passing our Fideas account, guys. Well, no, we're not. We still need to make another $1,000. Sorry about that. We're sitting at 578 on the Fideas account. Oops. Dude, another whole number. I just don't see how we don't get a pullback. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Almost like 8 or 7 red candles here. We're going to wait and see if it pops this wick here. There's the first wick. I'm hoping if we can get past this candle here, it's like you would think we get a move up to the 80s. And we still got 3 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. There's the first hit. The gap is here. Which gap are you looking at, Z? It was so hard not to jump in that once we broke back up above that wick. I mean, the buyers are coming in. All right, so we got about 40 seconds. We're trying to be patient and wait for the second 5-minute candle. My original entry, I wanted to get in this when it broke back above this level here. I was waiting for it to hit this wick here a few times, but I just could not pull the trigger. Wow, watch this thing just rip. Son of a bee. I mean, we guess we can always consider the short here if it cannot get back above these 60s and 70s here. So what is that? Around the 77, 80 range. Kind of waiting to see if we're going to retest the 80s in that 80 area hold. Man, an 80 point back up off that 200. What an insane move back up. was just not sure. It looks like the buyers are trying to take over. Still 2 minutes left on this candle. The 50 is all the way back down at the 30. I wasn't sure. I was hesitant about that. That push back down. I wasn't sure. Some of these farther down trades are definitely a lot trickier, guys. Or maybe we can pull back down and that 30 level holds, then maybe we can go back to looking for a long. Yeah, we're losing that. We lost that 50% range. We got the previous day open and close sitting at 27. Just don't know if that's just going to be another fake out. I mean, it looks like the bears are still in control here. Let's see. I'm going to keep a short leash on this too. Because you can always re-enter. Yeah. That next 5-minute candle. I didn't realize we were so close to a 5-minute candle. Because we could pull back another 50% of this move on this 5-minute candle. So, yeah, I'm kind of stinking. Damn it. I forgot to look and see when our 5-minute candle closed. Waiting to see if we get some kind of pullback. You really need to see a pullback on this candle, at least the 30 or 50%. God dang it. It's probably going to continue. We're so close to the bottom, so I'm being a little careful here. That's why I was being hesitant. Son of a bitch. We're going to miss this trade. I would have never jumped in that. I didn't realize how close I was to the damn 5-minute candle. All right, let's pull a Fibonacci on this candle and see if we at least get the 50% pullback. So there's the 20 and there's the 40. So you kind of want to see it pull back above the 30 here, then maybe we can sell back down. If not, we'll just miss it and it'll just leave without us. Looks like it's going to go without us. Got to be extra careful around these whole numbers. You don't really know what you're going to get. Sometimes you get a just complete dump off, then sometimes you just get a freaking 100 pop all the way back to the previous 300. Damn. What a nice pullback, and didn't capitalize with that pullback to the 81 like we were discussing. I just couldn't pull the trigger. I just wasn't sure. It's a little bit more difficult, or a little bit, I'm usually a little bit more hesitant in this lunch hour just because the movement's a little different. So I'm just trying to be a little extra careful. And right now we're at the whole number. Like on an eval, sometimes I would short this. So like if we hit the 90, we pull back, hit that 10, then push back below the 100. But usually just on evals though. So there's the 90 hit, there's the 10 hit, and a lot of times it'll push back through. We could get stuck here at the 200s again and go all the way back up. I like to see that 30 to like 50 hit, then sell back down. Damn. That thing just popped off quick, didn't it? We may have to just go back to our eval. We were trying to find one more funded trade here to get like 10 points in a runner, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. We're so far at the lows that it makes it super hard to just jump in. I would prefer to see a bigger pullback. I mean, pull back up. Because it's hard to just jump in this when we're just moving straight down, guys. And it looks like the bulls are still there's still buyers coming in right here around the 200s. It's not all red where we can just, dump here. So that's why you got to be careful shorting. If you look at your volume profile, The bulls got more contracts here in the 80s, in the 90s here. And we should only have a short bias at the moment, but I didn't know if we could pull back and kind of redo the point of control, or either that or the point of control needs to move and find a new spot. But you know how indicators are. They're kind of delayed a little bit, so you kind of have to wait for that to catch up. Sellers are trying to step in and take over this area. So right now looks like there's a little bit more sellers right here. But once you get down there around that 200 to 90 area, like I said, that's where the buyers are sitting. May just be a day that we just not able to make any more money on our fundeds, and we'll just have to walk away with the $40 that we have. But there's also that time of the day. Sometimes we do get those lunchtime reversals. So it'd be nice if we got that lunchtime reversal here. Yeah, see, I don't see the bulls taking over here. So I just feel like these are just false breakouts. It's kind of like who's going to win the consolidation box here. Or your idiot box. I would prefer to see a long and like maybe pull back up and maybe retest the 9 EMA or even the 21 EMA here. But like I said, if you pull Fibonacci, not for Fibonacci, but if you look at your volume profile, the see how the bears are still they're the bears and bulls are just kind of fighting for these levels right here. But even if it pushes up in here, there's still more sellers. The bulls would just have to step in if they want to take over these areas. Come on. All right, so we should, the bulls are trying, but every time the bulls start trying to take over, the bears start coming in with the sells. Yep. So right there's where all those sell orders are sitting around the 55s. And you can, I mean, we pretty much hit what, right above 55 and rejected hard because that's where all those orders were sitting. This is the type of price action that'll just kind of ruin your morning here. What's up, Constantine G? Pretty much just trading the 5 minute permanently. I used to do the 1 minute all the time, but it just seems like I got into a lot of bad trades trading the 1 minute. So we've been just trying to stick to the 5 minutes, and it seems to help me a lot more to be on the 5 minute than it does the 1 minute. It keeps me from getting trapped in trades so much, because that was the issue I had a lot. I would just get trapped in bad trades on like fake breakouts, and the 5 minutes helps out a lot. Remember, you kind of need to see, I mean, if you're going to try to trade the breakout here, you need to see it get out of your consolidation box here. We had good movements today. I missed our one movement because I was trying to short up here at the 66, and we had a little deeper pullback. I wasn't sure if I needed to have my order sitting up there, but we pretty much paper handed it, and it's done sold off, what, 100, 200 points since my thing. Yeah, what I do on the 5 minutes, though, a lot of times I'll pull the Fibonacci a lot more, and I try to see if we get, so whenever I take a trade, I try to wait and see if we get some kind of elite 20%, 30%, or 50% pullback and see if those areas hold. So I try to pull the Fibonacci first before I jump in on a 5 minute candle, just in case we do get a pullback and you can kind of see where it's going at. Because a lot of times if it pulls back and that 50% doesn't hold, it's going back down. So like this candle here, even though I didn't take the trade, so it pulled back to almost a 40% and held. So let's see what the next candle got you. The next candle looks about 20 something percent. See, it's very small. It barely pulled back. The same with this next candle, 20% pullback. We didn't get the 50% of this pullback with this candle until this one here. But this area here, it is super choppy. There's just not really a lot to do with this without kind of risking the fear. We're green for the day, so if I had to just not take any more profit, I'm okay with it. We've been working on a Fidelis account and our Apex funded account. We didn't get what we were hoping on the funded account because I tried to short back up here around the, is it here? I want to say around the 466, but I wasn't sure because I had two levels marked out and it ended up pulling back to the 500 level or 90 level. So we kind of missed that trade there. Oh, my freaking, sorry. So then I took a little long while ago with the funded. So we're only up $40 on the funded today. So super small. And for the Fidelis eval, we're up 180 and we got to make $1,500. And this is a static account. So we actually got a $1,000 drawdown. So you pretty much have to trade this account with 2 micros. I'm hoping if they come back out with their sell again, because these are the old Apex rules where once you get to $1,600, you can take out $1,000 and you can have up to 5 of these. So these are like the old Apex rules. And sometimes they run specials for $8 accounts. So like I only paid $8 for this eval, which is pretty cheap. You know, you don't get, and I think it's only $80 to pay for the funded. So you're all in for $86, which is really cheap. You know, that's the cheapest to start out and the cheapest to funded. So it's not a bad price. It'll be like using Take Profit Trader without the setup costs in the beginning, which I would prefer to have a Take Profit Trader having that daily payouts, but this is, I'm hoping the next best thing for me. Perdeus. Yeah, I'll try to print next time they have. They're a European country prop firm. They're here. Let me get it real quick. Uh-oh. I'll get the link for you if you just want to go take a look at them. Let's see. For days. I think they're 80% off at the moment, though. I'm not sure what. Now, that's on a static account. So, like I said, you really can't go over ledge for that, I guess, unless you're going to send it both ways, like where you just buy two accounts and go long and go short. But your drawdown is not very big at all. So like I said, I started off with a $500 drawdown, which, I mean, you can't really expect a lot for $8. But I've only been using 2 or 3 micros this week since we started it, and we're already up, like I said, $500 over the last couple days. So, where did it go? So, like I said, we pretty much made 180 off 2 micros today. So, for the week, we're up 578. So, before that, I was up about $400. They have a bunch of other different accounts, too. I know Methodical Man, he did the 50Ks the other day. I think he bought 5 when they were $8 a piece. Guys, remember, don't ever buy at the bottom and the top of the consolidation box or your idiot box. You really got to wait for us to get a breakout below these levels here. Because if not, you'll just get trapped. The only thing I'm not a big fan of it is like today, it cost me, I would have had a 100-point trade. I accidentally closed my trade on Quantower. I'm not that great at using Quantower. I still struggle using Quantower. So that's really my only knock. I just wish they were either on Tradingvate or Ninja, preferably Ninja, because that's what I like to use. Because Tradingvate, I still struggle a little bit with using their site. Like, I got short off of the 15-minute opening range this morning. So just to kind of tell you how much I should have had a 100-point trade this morning. So I got short, and we talked about it before it happened a little bit. Where'd it go? Where is my 15-minute? This page not have it? I guess this page doesn't have it. Let me see if I can find one that does have it. Here's one. Oh, here we go. So we got short here on this candle right here. Once we broke below that 15 minutes, that little candle pushed back up, and we got short here. And like I said, we missed out almost a 100-point move from that short because I don't know what I hit on my charts, and I accidentally closed my trade. Even though, I mean, it still was a good trade. We still made close to $200 on a freaking micro. No, it was $140 on 2 micros. Is 140. Then we had another pullback into that 15-minute range. That's another setup here that happens quite a bit. So what this is the first 15-minute candle of the day from 9 o'clock to 9:15. The better of this move, so what you want to see is the breakout below. And if it can pull back inside that first 15-minute candle without extruding the top of it, more likely it's straight down afterwards. I just missed it because I wasn't looking at these charts because I was looking at my other charts. A lot of times I do take that trade there, the retest or the pullback into that original 15 minutes. And that's not the 15-minute OB that a lot of people take, that 8:30 to 8:45. I don't even ever look at that one no more. It's always that first 15 minutes of the day. And technically, I think that's when the New York opens, is at 9 o'clock every day. But really, you don't really get the moves till that 8:30. I'm not sure what they call it. At least I think that's they open at 9. Because a lot of times you'll get those little moves around like 8 o'clock in the morning. Because I think we even had a move this morning at 8 o'clock because we sold down like 100 points. Or 9 o'clock this morning. Yeah, so Methodical Man, he bought 5 for $16 a piece. So I mean, that's a really good deal too. 50 Ks for 16 bucks. And I think he picked up 5. I'm kind of sad that I didn't pick up more. But I didn't do it because I wasn't sure if I was going to like Quantower enough to do it. But I've been managing. Win a free account. Oh, they're giving away 10 free accounts. I wish Bulanox would come back with their 90%, but they haven't had one in a while. Yeah, for anybody that's new to trading, if you can start out trading cheap with cheaper evals, that's definitely the key. You don't really want to spend a lot of money on some of these expensive evals. Not if you're new. It makes it a little tougher. I would prefer Bulanox to be like that 83 to 90%, which hopefully right before Thanksgiving, they'll pop one off just for the Thanksgiving holidays. If you're just joining us, guys, there's really not a lot to do here besides we're basically about 30 minutes away from the lunch hour, which hopefully we get that reversal. If you pull your kill zones, let me close all this other stuff out so it's easier to see. I'm hoping during the lunch hour that we run all the way back up to the top of the AM. Sometimes you'll get that. So you can kind of pull these ICT kill zone areas. And so a lot of times we'll during the lunch hour, we're either going to consolidate during lunch or we're going to get a bigger move during lunch. And then the PM session, more likely we will rerun that AM session. And you can even go back and kind of look at it, even though yesterday we did not. We spent more time consolidating yesterday. We didn't even run the AM session yesterday. So that means that we could possibly rerun that later this week or tomorrow or next week. Back up to that way. So it looks like the AM session just barely run the Londons. So here's kind of like the normal day where I was talking about it. See, look, you have the big sell-off during the AM, consolidation, then the lunch hour, you'll start making your way back up to the top of the AM session, and then the PM will break above the AM session, Then sometimes it continues higher. Then that, for some reason, that day it consolidated all the way sideways. But as you can see, since we consolidated the end of the New York, you had a freaking big old move here in the New York and London session. So that's a good indicator if you want to trade the night times. If you consolidate all of that PM, you almost know that the Asia and the London's going to have decent movement. So this was probably the same thing. I guess it didn't save how far it goes back. But see, right, this was probably the AM session consolidation before lunch starts in about 25 minutes. Then here's the lunch hour starts. Move all the way back to the top of your AM session. And then we had a decent move in the PM session. But see what happens in the Asia market since we had a big move in the PM session? Consolidation. So and you can also get nice little trades off of these too. If you just got to be there. So this is why I'm thinking maybe we get a decent pullback during lunch. So consolidation, the lunch hour comes and we start moving back up. And this indicator, if you're interested, it's called ICT kill zones. And so what it does, it just marks it out in these nice green, blue areas, and it labels them for you. So London, Asia, New York PM, New York lunch, New York AM. I know there's like several different ones, but I like this one the best. It looks the cleanest. Oh, man, goodness. Usually this time of the day is where I usually just stop trading. I really don't like the longs unless we get the longs move a little bit, like this level of mine moves down. Right now, I don't even like the longs unless we're back above 360, and that's a long ways back up. Oh, you're thinking maybe we slowly grind down the rest of the day? That's a possibility too. I just know a lot of days we get those lunchtime reversals. Oh, is it going to break out of the box here? We're still in that consolidation box. And you got your 21 EMA up there at the 90s. There's the 50 pullback. Woo, it just broke it. So never mind. It's going to continue through it. Wow, what a crazy trap that would have had you in. What time is it? We got about 20 minutes left for the lunch hour. More likely we're going to be done trading because I'm not going to buy any shorts because of how far we're down. I just don't want to get caught in a bad short. Especially in this area here, not in this consolidation area. I mean, what is this going to be? The what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Almost 10 candles. So we've been in this area what since 10 o'clock for the last 40 minutes, 50 minutes. We've been in this area. So going on an hour. How's everybody's trading been today? Is everybody green today, or is most of you guys new to trading? All right, here we are. We're at the bottom of the idiot box. Usually these idiot boxes like this, when they're like 50 points, this is good for someone who likes to trade range where it's going back and forth, because you don't usually get a lot of this where you get like 10 candles straight across like this. There's the bottom of the idiot box again. So that's what I was saying. Like, you get yourself in trouble if you're trying to buy the breakouts because you feel like we're going to continue down, and you get to the bottom of that box and it just gets stuck. So I know there's been some guys that I've traded with, like what they'll do is they'll just constantly put in longs at the bottom of this box as long as it holds, and just, you know, long, take profit at the top, back and forth until it just finally breaks out. Probably the safer thing to do here is to let it push down if you want to find a trade, and let it push back into these levels and find these wicks to bounce off of, because most of the time if it pushes down and pushes back in, it'll have a hard time getting through these wicks. So let's see how many times it bounces into these wicks. See how it just already bounced the first one? That was the first wick test. See, it hit the bottom of this wick, wick. There's the breakout of the idiot box. The only thing is, with all these wicks here, you just don't know how many times it's going to have to retest that area. All right, another hit. Like I said, it'll take quite a few little hits to hit this, because, I mean, that's a lot of wicks. That's what I was saying. Like, a lot of times you can almost get short off these wicks, because how many times it's probably going to hit it. That's a lot of wicks to get through. I haven't even looked to see where we could possibly go to the downside. Look like there's some wicks down here that we could retest in this area. See wick. Man, that's a long ways down there. Sorry about that. Yeah, a lot of times if you're taking longs or shorts and if you just look right there left to you and you see a big downward wick, sometimes it's just safe to let it hit that wick, bounce back. Then once it breaks that wick, you either get long or short. But I don't think we're going to take any more trades today. I think we're just going to sit on the sidelines. I think I'm just going to hold on to the green I got, and that way we don't over trade during the lunch hour. Because a lot of times that's where I get myself in trouble. We'll have a good morning, and then once the lunch hour gets here, we start taking other little trades. And I'm real bad about doing that, especially since streaming. To me, that's the only downfall about streaming is the over trading. Because you almost want to take every single little move or every little trade. So that's the downfall to streaming sometimes. That's why usually I'll say the difference between a funded trade and an eval trade, because I take more aggressive trades on the evals than I do the fundeds. Funded trades, I try to wait for setups. And for evals, I take a lot more I think trades, or what I feel like the market's going to do trades. I mean, I'm assuming a lot of people do that too with their evals. But I wouldn't be doing that if you were trading, say, with the take profit eval, because that thing's like $90 plus on take profit. So you can't be doing that with those evals. At least I wouldn't want to do that, because, you know, dropping $100 to be doing some silly stuff. I'm probably going to still watch charts, even though I may not be streaming, and see if we do get that pullback today. I don't know if we will, but most days we usually do get a pullback. Yeah, unfortunately, we missed our big trade of the day. So I feel like we left a lot on the table today, even with this trade and also this pullback here, because this is where we tried to short earlier. I can tell you what happened. So I had a resting order sitting at 466, or 465. Let me show you. This thing came, nope, it was this candle right here. I'm sorry. Nope, that's not it either. Where is it at? Okay, it was this green candle here. And it was this candle that scared me out of it. So I hit the first target, it missed me, and it pulled all the way back here into the 20s. And then I was like, crap, do I take the second chance? Because if you miss your trade on that first chance, the second chance is going to probably screw you. But I was like, okay, it may hold. So I missed my trade here. And then I had another level up here at the 90, which I didn't take. And I just had to sit there and watch it. And as you can see, it sold off 100 points. So we missed our complete. This was my funded trade setup. This was based off the hourly chart. So this is the 5 minutes. So let's switch over to the 1 hour chart. And you can see there's resistance probably in that area. And there it was. And I forgot to put that on there. Look, if you would have had your order sitting in the 90s right there every 500, here's that line that I was talking about. Look, big wicks. That would have been your short entry this morning on the 1 hour chart. this right here, this candle right here would have been your money candle. And I caught it yesterday, but today I missed it. I got to start pulling over whenever I mark my orders. I need to pull over the charts, look at my hourly candles, because I forgot to do that today. So what it is, we're using support off the 1 hour and taking it on the 5 minutes. And that's on our funded trades. So it would have been this candle here. So pushed up, hit it on the dot, and sold right off. So tomorrow when we do this again, because I've just started kind of doing this lately with the 1 hour and 5 minutes, and it's pretty consistent. I just forgot to pull over the 1 hour to get the right spot. Look at this, right on the money, right at the top of this wick too. If we would have had it right, but we didn't. So, but that's okay. We would stay in the green. All right, guys. Thanks everyone for watching today. Have a good rest of your day if you're going to continue trading. Like I said, I'm not sure if we're going to continue grinding down. I'm anticipating a pullback, but I don't know. We just got to wait and see. You're probably not going to see that move until after probably 1 o'clock today. Thank you, trader. Enjoy your vacation on the islands that you're going to. Do you even get phone service? Do they even have phone service out there? I mean, I'm assuming they do, but I'm guessing it's probably internet-based phone service or something. I can't imagine way out there. Oof. How big is that island that you're going to? Because that thing didn't look very big in the pictures. Okay, nice. All right, then. Well, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Thank you.